when we take the our this type of shaft, so how much of frequency is produced, okay, and it is comparing with the, okay, when we compare with the, okay, own uniform dia of the shaft, and you may also arranging the two rotors. So that is how much of, okay, is the how much of frequency is produced. So in this, how much of frequency, how much of vibrations is produced to the this type of shaft is equivalent to the uniform dia of the shaft. Okay, the frequency value is same, but uniform dia, while we take the uniform dia, how much of the length, how much of the length of the shaft, same. So that is okay considered here. Just all of you observe that. So uh, the shaft of uniform dia which is twisted through the same angle as the actual shaft, and different dia and different lengths when equal and opposite torques of the given amount are applied. So both are okay considered here. So now D1, D2, D3 is the dia of the our length L1, length L2 and length L3. So those are missing here, L1, L2, L3. Now you know the, okay, torsional equation, and theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 is also there. Those are the angle of twists for the length L1, L2, L3. Theta 1, theta 2, theta 3. Why? Because when we are varying of the our diameter of the shaft, so then their angle of twist is also varying. Okay, but you are giving the some twisting at the end of the shaft, but the thing is when the diameter has been changed, so then their angle of twist is also changed. Why? Because so their diameter is varying, so that's why theta 1, theta 2, theta 3 is okay formed here. Now let us take the our torsional equation. So the torsional equation is the Tj by, and theta equals to TL by Cj. TL by Cj. Therefore, total angle of twist. We have to find the our total angle of the twist. So total angle of the twist. So theta equals to theta 1 plus theta 2 plus theta 3. So now theta means, so that is the TL by Cj. And similarly to write TL1 by Cj1 and plus TL2 by Cj2 plus TL3 by Cj3. So in this, common terms are there. Those are the T and C. Those all are our C. Why? Because shaft is okay. We have to take in the only single shaft. So that is the our, while we take the single shaft, so then their torque value and our C values are same. So neglecting the those two values, and the remaining values are L by J. J means polar moment of inertia. That formula is pi by 32 d power 4. And similarly to write L1 by pi by 32 d1 power 4 plus L2 by pi by 32 d2 power 4 plus L3 by pi by 32 d power 4. So it is L by pi by 32 is cancellating, okay, cancellating, and the remaining term is L by d power 4 equals to L1 by d1 power 4 plus L2 by d2 power 4 plus L3 by d3 power 4. Now we are assuming that d equals to d1, assuming that d equals to d1. So the d power 4 is okay, d power 4, that means it is also equivalent to d1 power 4. So just okay taken out to the our entire equation, d1 power 4, d1 power 4 is okay, sending into the right side. So when we are sending the d1 power 4 to the right side, so then the value, okay, then the equation has to change. So that is the L1 plus L2 into d1 by d2 whole power 4 plus L3 into d1 by d3 whole power 4. So that means, so if you have to find out the our length of the shaft, Okay, length of the shaft. The length of the shaft is indicating with that uniform dia of the shaft. Okay, if you have to take the uniform dia of the shaft, how much of length of the shaft is required? Okay, how much of the length of the shaft is required? So that means when we are varying the, okay, so what we have to take in earlier, so that is the varying dia of the shaft is here. So for example, it is a 6 meter length of the shaft is there. Okay, the 6 meter length of the shaft has produced, okay, some frequency. So but similarly, to produce that much of frequency for uniform dia of the shaft is higher, very higher. For example, it is 6 meters length is there, and when we take this same dia, so that means the uniform dia, so that length is nearly 36, okay, or 30 meters of the shaft is to produce the that much of frequency. So that length is calculated by the help of this one. L equals to how much of length is required when we take the our uniform dia of the shaft. So that is calculated by the help of this formula. A torsionally equivalent shaft. Okay, the torsionally equivalent shaft. Why? Because torsion is same. Torsion of both the shafts will be the same. And okay, their torsions are equal and their length different here. So that is the our different dias and different lengths are there in our, okay. Now the same torsion will produce to the uniform dia of the shaft, that length is very higher. We will make a one problem. So that is the moment of inertia of the three rotors A, B and C are respectively 4000 kg meter square and 160 kg meter square and 10 kg meter square. The distance between the rotor A and B is 2 meter and they are connected by shaft of dia 50 mm. A and B is the 2 meters and shaft dia is 50 mm. And distance between the rotor B and C is 2 meter and they are connected by a shaft of dia 25 mm. 25 mm. So determine the natural frequency of torsional vibrations. And second one, position of nodes. X equals square. Neglect the inertia of the shaft. Inertia of the shaft is neglecting here. Now, just we have to draw the rough diagram. So by the help of problem description, that is the first dia of the shaft is the 50 and second dia of the shaft is 25 mm. And their lengths are 2 meter and 2 meter. And our first shaft is, okay, two rotors are there, two rotors here, the A and B. A and B. And the second one is B and C. Okay, three rotors have been arranged here. So A is rotating clockwise and B is rotating anti-clockwise, and B is rotating anti-clockwise and C is rotating clockwise. So that type of, okay, rotations has been done in our system. So in this, first we have to equivalent shaft for find out of the equivalent shaft. So that is just we have to find out the length, the equivalent, okay, length of the equivalent shaft. So that is the L equals to M1 plus L2 into D1 by 2 whole power. Why? Because only two diameters are there. That's why we are taking the only, okay, this formula L1 plus L2 into D1 by D2 whole power 4. So when we calculation, so that is the value has to arrive 34 meters. 34 meters. But this length is how much? 4 meters. 4 meters of length is equivalent to 34 meters of the uniform shaft. 34 meters of the uniform diameter. That means if the shaft is having different diameters, so then it may also produces the less frequent vibrations. So that is there. So this one has to get the 34 meters length. So now for equivalent shaft, the equivalent shaft as shown in which, okay, L1 plus L2 star equals to 34. So here L1 plus L2 star, here L2 star they are representing here. L1 plus L2 star equals to 34. So L2 star equals to 34 minus L1. Why? Because so this L1, L2 star is indicating with that, okay, L2 star. So their extra diameter, extra length. So L1. So this is the D1 is equal. So this what we have drawn here. So this diagram. So their diameter is 50 mm, but their length is 34 meters. In that 34, 2 meters already came for L1, and other L2 star. L2 is also 2, but L2 star value is the L2 star value is how much? 34 minus L1. So 34 minus L1. That means 32 meters. 32 meters are there. L2 star is the 32 meters. So now the position of nodes for equivalent system. Let us take the, okay. So when we have arranged the our three rotors of the our shaft, okay, this shaft. So uniform die of the shaft. So when we are arranging the three rotors, so then we may also have the two nodes. We may also have the two nodes. Two nodes is there. Two nodes are have been two nodes have been got there. That is three rotors are there. Between the two rotors, we got the one node, and okay, so this place is one node and this place is one node. So that is the two nodes are arranging. So for getting their distance, so that is the LA and LC. That means distance of the node N1 from the rotor A, and LC, distance of node N2 from the rotor C. So node to our rotor distance. So that is also very important. Why? Because that value is included in our formula. That will incorporate into the in our natural frequency formula. So that's why I have taken the particular okay length. So that is LA, yes, LA is the length from the okay distance from the our rotor A to node N1, and L is the distance from the node N2 to rotor C. So that is the lengths are there. So in this, LA into IA equals to LC into IC. So we may also have the one relation between the one to another. So that is the LA into IA equals to LC into IC. So from that, LA equals to IC by IA into LC. IC by IA into LC. IA already known. So IC and IA is the known values. That is the given values. So that is the okay. So those are the 400, 160 and 10. So just observe that. 400, 160 and 10. So in this, we substituted the values 400 by, okay, sorry, 160 by 400, 160, 400, 160, 10. So just observe that 10 by 400 is the value. So in this, the value is 0.025 LC. The relation between the LA to LC is the 0.025 into LC. So now again we have the another relation. So that relation between the our okay LC to this one to okay LCIC 1 by LCIC equals to 1 by IB into, so second one and third one, relation between the second and third. So that is the 1 by LCIC equals to 1 by IB into 1 by L1 minus LA plus 1 by L2 star minus LC. That means these lengths, okay, these lengths, our N1 to B and B to N2, that length is equivalent to the this one. So in this 1 by IC is the 10. So that is the 1 by 10 LC equals to IB is the our 160. 1 by 160 into 1 by L1. L1 is known 2 and LA is the relation between the LC. So that is the 0.025 LC plus 1 by L2 star 32 minus LC. So if you are observing the total equation is in okay is seems to be in our LCs in terms of LCs. So just simplifying the equations for getting the LC for getting the LC. So 1 by LC, okay, when we made the particular equation, when we made the equation, simplify the equation. We have to get the one equation. So that is 1.425 minus 78.8 LC plus 10240. 1024 equals to 0. Just for observing. Okay. X square minus x square plus x plus some numerical value. That format, okay, the equation to be this type, okay, x square plus x plus c equals to 0. So when it seems to be this type, then we have the, okay, for getting the variables. So one formula is okay, remind that. So that is the, for getting the variables, LC equals to square root of, oh sorry, LC equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac by 2a. Okay, did you remind that? So that formula has been taken. So the later, so those values are those coefficient values are substituting here. So that is the minus b. So that is the minus of minus 8.8. So that is the plus 78.8 plus or minus square root of 78.8 square minus 4 into 1.425 into 1024 by 2 into 1.4. So from that, the value has to arrive 34.4 is one, and another one is the 20.80. 34.4 when we take the positive, and when we take the 20.80. Okay, those values has been arrived. Now LC value is substituted into in our LA. Why? Because in our equation is the relation between LA to LC. So just substitute that. When we substituted that, LC, okay, LA value is 0.86 meter and 0.52. Again, it may also get two values. So these values are substituted in our natural frequency formula, natural frequency of torsional vibration formula. So those are the for getting the, okay, at rotor A, that means the natural frequency of the our FNA equals to 1 by 2 pi into square root of Cj by LA. So in this 1 by 2 pi into square root of C is known 80 giganewtons, and J is the our recently calculated, that is the pi by 32 d power 4, and the 0.86. Let us take the our 0.86 and IA is the 400. Just made the calculation and get the our value. You may get 1.9 Hz. And similarly to take the our 0.52 also. So LA is varying. So that is the 0.52. So then their frequency value is the 2.44 Hz. 2.44 Hz. So that is the our natural frequency of transverse vibration. Sorry, torsional vibration. Natural frequency of torsional vibrations. That is the one determining value. So if you will, okay, if you will find out the only one frequency, why? Because at the rotor A, rotor B, rotor C, okay, all are going to be same. So that's why I have to calculate any one. So but the thing is LA is known, so that is there. And now position of nodes. Another determining value is the position of the nodes. So LA, LC are calculated. LA, LC already determined. So that is our LAC. So one is 0.52 and LC is the 20.88. When we take the our 0.52, then LC is the 20.88. So just those values will be represented in our sentence format. So in this, position of single node is given by the distance LA, which is a distance of 0.86 meter from rotor A. From rotor A, as shown in figure. And in this, now let us take the position of the two nodes. So when we take the single node point of view, their value, their LA value is the 0.86 meter. But when when the shaft has two nodes, when the shaft has formed two nodes, so then their distances are considered here, LA and LC. So that is the 0.52 meter from the rotor A at N1, and the distance LC is the 20.88 meter, okay, from rotor C. So those are the distances are there. And distance of N2 from rotor C is original system. So then that means, so 20.88 by 25 by 50 power 4. So that means our distance value LC into our D1 by sorry, D2 by D1 whole power 4. So when they are making the particular thing, so 1.3 meters. So why we calculated the 1.3 meters from rotor C? So this means actually you have to find out the only uniform dia of the shaft. But you want to find out the this place. So that is the 4 meter length of different dia and different lengths of the shaft is there. So where you have to get the our okay nodes in this arrangement. So in this arrangement point of view, 1.3 meter, okay, at the one position from this C, this in this, okay, uniform dia of the shaft have been calculated the uniform dia of the shaft, okay, nodes. And similarly to calculate nodes node positions in our different dia and different lengths of the shaft. So that is the, okay, when we have attained the these values 34 meter length of the shaft values, those are, okay, by the help of their values we have to find out the our original shaft of the positions. So with the help of this simple formula, okay. So that is the this simple calculation, 20.88 into D2 by D1 whole power 4. So simply to get 1.3 meter from rotor C. Any queries regarding the problem? Next topic, free torsional vibrations of air system. So in this, what we have taken in earlier session, so that is the three rotor system is there. But in this, the rotor system is having the one gear. Okay, that means that is also we may also placing the gears between the our shafts. So we are having the gears, okay, we are having the gears in our system. So how to get the our values, how to achieve the our values? So that is the important. So in this, so they may also take the some conditions. Just all of you observe that it is assumed that the first one is the gear teeth are rigid and are always in contact. Gear teeth are rigid and always in contact. And second one, there is no backlash in the gearing. And the third one, inertia of the shafts and gears are inertia of the shaft and gears is negligible. So these three conditions has followed. Now their notations, that is the D1 and D2, dia of the shafts C and D is there, and L1 L2 and L1 and L2 is the lengths of the shafts C and D, and IA IB mass moment of the inertia of the rotors A and B, and omega A and omega B, so that is the angular speeds of the rotor A and B, and gear ratio, so that is the gear ratio is there in this. Additionally, to have gear ratio, that is the speed of the pinion E by speed of the wheel F, or omega A by omega B, omega A by omega B. So and D is the our small d is the dia of the equivalent shaft, and L is the length of the equivalent shaft, and IB is the mass moment of inertia of the rotor. So just observe the diagram. Observe the diagram. So the shafts are representing with C and D, and rotors A and B. The rotors is there. Two shafts are there. Those two shafts are connected by the two gear wheels. Those are the E and F. E and F gear wheels are there, and those two shafts are having the rotors at their ends, at their ends. So that is the one end is attached to the our rotor A of the shaft C, and another end is attached with the gear wheel F, gear wheel E. Shaft D, one end is gear wheel F and another end is rotor B. Just observe that. How many notations are there in our diagram? Just all of you observe. Okay, you have this type of shaft is gear wheels E and F, and those two shafts are also carrying the rotors A and rotor B. Now observe that. So this is the different diameters and different lengths are there. So we are not easily to calculated the our value of the our frequency values or torsion values in this. So that's why you have to assume that is the equivalent shaft. Okay, we have to assume it's you have to assume the one uniform dia of the shaft. You have to assume the uniform dia of the shaft. For getting the uniform dia of the shaft, equivalent shaft, equivalent shaft. For getting the equivalent shaft, so small d equals to d1. So, d is equals to the d1. And now when we consider as the equivalent shaft, then so A is there at the another end and B is there at the end. So in this L1 and L2, L1 and L2. So but here L1 is same, and L3 is there. L3 is the how much. So that is very important. L3 is how much. Why? Because that has been decided that how much of length is there of our equivalent shaft. So L3 is also there. So this the shaft, equivalent shaft, is having only two rotors. So that's why we may also achieve only one node. So that is the LA and LB. So node distances from the our node to our rotor A and rotor B. So that is the LA and LB. So that is only one one node to achieve here. Now coming to be here. Yes, the kinetic energy of equivalent system must be equal to kinetic energy of the original system. What they said. So kinetic energy of the equivalent system equals to kinetic energy of the original system. So that is one condition is there, and another condition, strain energy. strain energy of the equivalent system must be equals to strain energy of the original system. Strain energy of the equivalent system must be equals to strain energy of original system. So that uh, two are followed. Okay. Now, in order to satisfy the condition, just let us take that. So that is the kinetic energy of the section L1 plus kinetic energy of the section L3. So that means equivalent shaft is having the okay, two lengths. So that is the kinetic of the section length. Okay, kinetic energy of the section L1 and kinetic energy of section L3 is there. And similarly to write here, kinetic energy of section L1 plus kinetic energy of section L2. So in this L1, L1, both sides are there. Okay, both sides. Original system is also having L1 and kinetic energy, and the equivalent shaft is also having the kinetic energy of section L1. So both are cancelled. Remaining kinetic energy of section L3 and kinetic energy of section L2. So in this, what is the formula is there for kinetic energy of this system? So that is the half into I omega square. So that is the half into IB omega B square. So here we are missing the particular notation. So that is the omega. Okay. Every place we have to just we have to put it the that omega. So half to IB omega square equals to half into IB omega square. And in this, here just observe that IB omega A square equals to IB omega B square. IB omega A square equals to IB omega B square. Some of the notations are missing here equals to IB omega A square equals to IB omega B square. So in this, let us find the relation between the IB to I. Okay, this relation. So that is the IB equals to IB into B by omega B by omega A square, and similarly to write here omega B by omega A means G. Okay, omega A by omega B means G square. So that is the IB for equivalent shaft. This is belongs to the equivalent shaft. So IB for equivalent shaft. So that equals to IB by G square. So for the our original shaft of the value. Here some notations are missing. Omega is missing in every place. Just we have to put it the omega. Okay, have to put it the omega in every place. So that's why we have to find the our equivalent shaft to our original shaft. Okay, equivalent shaft to original shaft relation. So that is there. And now, in order to satisfy the condition 2, for getting this in condition 2, strain energy of L1 and L2 equals to strain energy of, L1 and L2 equals to strain energy of L1 and L2. So in this L1, L1, strain energy of L1, L1 and both are cancelling, and remaining term is strain energy of L3 equals to strain energy of L2. So here again, So that is the strain energy is the half into T into theta 3, T3 equals to half into T2 theta 2. So T3 by T2 equals to T3 by T2 equals to, okay, 2 by, so that is there, T3 by T2 equals to theta 2 by theta 3. So that is the equation is there. That is the equation number. In this, theta is there at theta 2 and theta 3. Those are the angle of twist for length L2 and L3. This T3 by T2 equals to theta 2 by theta 3 into, okay. So that is the combining the equations 2 and 3. So so assuming that power transmitted to the section L3 and L2 is same. So that is the T3 omega A equals to T2 omega B. So T3 omega A, T3 omega A equals to T2 omega B. Omega is missing here. So in this, so omega is missing. So now T3 by T2 is also equals to here omega B by omega A. So that is also equals to 1 by G. So in this, just combining 2 and 3. So then the values are, and the values has arrived here. T3 by T2 equals to T3 by T2 equals to theta 2 by theta 3 equals to 1 by G. So in this torsional equations, torsional stiffness equation is there. So that is the Q equals to T by theta. Q equals to T by theta. So that equals to Cj by L. So in this, J is the polar moment of inertia of this shaft. Okay, we know that. So from that, T3 by T2 equals to T3 by T2 equals to for section L3, T3 by theta 3 equals to Cj3 by L3, and T2 by theta 2 equals to theta 3 equals to, and theta 2, T2 by theta 2 equals to Cj2 by L2. So this is the equation 5 and this is the equation number 6. Let us take the equation number 5 and equation number 6. Both are equating and the remaining term is okay, T3 by T2, T2 equals to, and theta 2 by theta 3 into J3 by L3 into L by J2. So those values has been arrived here. So that is also one relation is there. 1 by G equals to 1 by G equals to J2 by J3 by J2, or G equals to G or G to L2 by L3. Some notations are missing here or missed here. So don't be bother about of that. Just if you are observing the material, then simply to achieve that. So from that, finally to write here, so that is the L equals to L1 plus L3. So that is equals to L1 plus G square L2 into D1 by D2 whole power 4. G square L2 into D1 by D2 whole power 4. Let the node of equivalent shaft equivalent system lies at N. Now we are going to write the right our natural frequency values at rotor A and rotor B. So that is the 1 by 2 pi into square root of Cj by LA IA and from rotor B 1 by 2 pi into square root of Cj by LBIB. So equating both the values and similarly to write here, okay, LAIA equals to LBIB. So then simply to write here, LA equals to uh, LB into IB by IA. So we are having the we are having the okay problem regarding with the torque in geared system. So that is also parallel. That is also similar to the in our earlier problem. So that is the similar to the in our normal equivalent shaft.